when we talked with Allen Robinson and Brian Allen this morning, they both indicated that playing with you is one of the attractions of coming to the Rams or staying with the Rams. How does that make you feel? Do you feel like you're a magnet for other players?
I don't really think about it that way. I have a lot of respect for those two guys as well. I played against Allen for a long time when he was in Chicago. Had a lot of respect for him. From afar, watched him, get after us quite a few times as an opposing player, and then obviously getting the experience to work with Brian and Joe and some of those guys this year that have kind of re-signed with us. A ton of respect for those guys as well. The way they go about their business, the way we, have constant dialogue, try to make each other better. I appreciate the way, they feel about me, and the best thing I can say is the feeling is mutual.
Very good. Thank you.
You got it.
Greg.
Hey, Matthew, congratulations, man.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
What does it mean? Why did you decide to lock it up like this and in the way and the manner that you did and stay here for the long term?
I just had so much fun and, playing with this team this year, playing for this organization, this coaching staff. I wanted to make sure that, I was able to do that for a long time. And I obviously want to say thanks to the Rams for giving me that opportunity. It was a lot of hard work getting to this point, and I'm just happy that we are where we are. I know, what the future looks like for me and for our team. So it's an exciting thing as a player to kind of know where you're going to be able to, put some roots down and really go try to make something, really special for a while.
Now that you've had a chance to reflect on the season and everything, I assume the feelings are that it was a good season and that everything can always be better. Can you describe how you're processing last year and what you take with it from that into the next season?
Yeah, obviously I learned a lot, learned a lot of new football here, learned a lot of, new teammates. Going to have to do that again. That's the nature of the NFL. Each team is different. Every single year is different. I'm going to have some new coaches, and all sorts of stuff. So that was probably what I learned the most from this season is, we had Von Miller, we had Odell Beckham, we lose Robert Woods mid-season, Johnny Munt, some guys like that. It's always going to be this process of trying to, make each week count. With who you have. We had the COVID situation there in Arizona where we're playing with, seemed like half the guys on our team, and went out there and got a win on the road against a tough division opponent. So just look back on the season and think about all the challenges we overcame. We add those guys to our team, and that doesn't guarantee anything. It doesn't mean anything. We got to go out there and make it work and prove it. And we were able to do that. And I know what that feels like and what that looks like, and try to go out there and do it again.
Thanks, Matthew.
Yep.
Michelle.
Hey, Matthew, it's Michelle from ESPN. Congratulations on your deal.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's been often said about Allen Robinson. He's the kind of guy who's open even when he's not open. What does that skill set, that ability to make contested catches, add to this offense that continues to evolve?
Yeah, I think some of the areas that becomes, such an advantage is probably down in the red zone. There's just less field for defenders to defend. Therefore, it's a little bit easier to cover guys, and guys are, body on body a whole lot more. And his ability to go up and make catches over guys, around guys, whatever it is really special. I've seen it up close and personal. But at the same time, for a guy his size, I think he does a great job of separating too. There's quite a few times where he's doing a great job, whether it's at the line of scrimmage or, at the top of his route where he's transitioning, and doing a great job of creating space for the quarterback as well. So I think you get the best of both worlds when it comes to that with him. But I'm just, eager to get out there and get to work with him and see what it's like throwing to him.
Quick follow-up. Do you have the best receiver core in the NFL?
They looks pretty good on paper. It's on us to go out there and make sure, that comes to life. I think last year people, might have said the same thing with all the guys that we have, but we had to go out there and do it. So we had to go out there and prove it, but I'm excited about the talent that we have, really at all positions on our team.
Jordan.
Hey, Matthew, congratulations to you, man.
Thanks, Jordan.
You've been through this process before in terms of the extension stuff. Is there anything you took into this time around? I know it's obviously out of your hands in the negotiation itself in a lot of ways, but is there anything different you took this time with you from past experiences and especially the modernization of some of these deal structures in terms of the guarantee money and what the negotiation itself is like?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit hard to compare them. The last time I did one was 5 years ago, and the league has changed so much, the landscape of the league, the way these deals are going, what quarterbacks are getting, paid, all that kind of stuff is so different than it used to be, even the structure of the deal. So all of that was quite a bit different. I was just trying to find something that, felt good for both sides, and we were able to continue to add players and pieces around me and still, take care of, all the stuff that you want to take care of as a professional player. So, it was great. I'm just happy to be, a part of this organization for the foreseeable future.
And a follow-up for me, a little bit of a pivot. Brian Allen said, and I quote, that you are a freak because you're already working on April install stuff. As you guys push this offense forward, I think in a lot of ways, schematically from what Sean had done in the past last year, but where is there still to go, especially as you add a guy with a different skill set, such as Allen Robinson?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the puzzle that you put together each year. It has to do with the guys that are going to be suiting up for you. It's not just what looks cool on paper. It's, hey, how does this guy's skill set transition to, something that can help us, be better on offense? So that's what, spring is all about, being able to kind of look and see and try to develop that. It's the fun project that Sean, myself, Liam, Zach Robinson, all the offensive coaches have to try and, figure out how we can be our best when it comes time to really play ball. So can't answer that right now, but I am excited about it. There's a lot of talent out there, and it's just excited to get to work with those guys.
Thanks, Matthew.
Gary.
Hey, Matthew, you've mentioned how, every year each team is different and this one is going to be different, but how do you quantify maybe the loss of guys like Whitworth, Woods, Johnny Hecker, those guys that kind of been foundational pieces as you move forward and try and make another Super Bowl run?
Yeah, I mean, those guys were, huge parts of what has made this place such an attractive place to play and such a great team for the last 5, 6, 7 years. What Witt, Woody, Hecker, Johnny Munt, some of those guys have done around here is really impressive. Darius Williams, kind of came into his own here. So there's, plenty of guys that aren't going to be suiting up for us, next year that, help build this place. But that just creates a unique opportunity for other guys to step into that role. We have plenty of guys that know what it looks like to, to practice and to play and to prepare the way that we do it around here. It's on us to, carry that on, continue that leadership. Those guys were all great leaders in their own way, in their own right. So just creates opportunities for new guys to step into those roles. And I am really confident that the guys that we have in our locker room will be able to do that.
And then for you in your own evolution through your career, when it comes to contracts, did you evolve in your thinking in terms of, hey, I don't necessarily have to break the bank and allow the team to have more, some money to surround me with talent? Is that something that through your career you've kind of watched others do and learned from, or how did that come to be?
Yeah, and I think it was just the right time and the right place to do something like that. I think it'll work out for the best for all of us, which I'm excited about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stu.
Matthew, in terms of what you saw out of Joe Noteboom and Brian Allen, each of those guys last year, with them coming back on multi-year deals, again, what did you see out of them, and how valuable is it to have them both back?
Yeah, I think continuity up front is huge. Obviously lost Corbett to the Panthers, which was, so happy for him to get that deal. And then obviously Big Whit retiring. But Joe played quite a few snaps this year, in previous years as well. But I'll start in the middle with Brian. What I saw from him was a competitor. He started training camp as the number 2 center with Corbett playing center and, a different rotation going on. And he battled his way into that starting lineup. He earned it, and then he kept it throughout the year. He has great command of what we're trying to do and understanding of, how we can go out there and get it done. He's a really physical player. He takes pride in trying to dominate people. I think of the snaps he had against Tampa early in the season against Vita Vea, who's as dominant of inside player as there is in our league, and just his physicality, his finish, both on the, the first level and the second level, is something that I think guys in that room really feed off of. And then Joe does an outstanding job. I mean, he's a plug and play player for us. Wherever we needed him, he stepped in and played at a high level against some really, quality opponents. So looking forward to, seeing his development in the left side and watching him just do his thing for a bunch of years.
Thank you.
Nick?
Hey, Matthew, congratulations on the extension.
Thank you.
You talked about earlier about putting down roots and being able to establish your mindset and your physicalities here. When you look at Allen Robinson, obviously you had your first year with the Rams. How much does that experience with your first year under your belt with the Rams kind of help him be acclimated to the system, being able to be on the same page, being on one accord along with, Cooper and Van?
Yeah, I mean, I think a great thing for Allen is he's stepping into a receiver room with a bunch of guys that, want nothing but the best for each other. He's going to be challenged in ways, and he's going to challenge other guys in ways. So I think he's going to be, a good addition for us. I think he's a talented player, a guy that wants to, continue to grow and get better in his game. So I'm excited to watch him do that. And as far as assimilating himself into our team, just be himself. I mean, that's what people around here love. Whoever you are, be that guy every single day, and we'll take you under their wing and go from there. So I don't see any issues there. I'm imagining it's going to be a smooth deal for him. Just excited to get going once we can.
And we'll wrap with Maria and Dennis.
Hey, Matthew, congrats on the deal, of course.
Thank you.
I just asked Brian Allen what the last month has kind of been like for him, and he said that he still kind of thinks about the fact that you guys actually won that game, meaning the Super Bowl. What's it been like for you?
Yeah, a little bit similar. I think my day-to-day life hasn't changed too much. And then every once in a while you'll be sitting there in a quiet moment or something, and kind of think back, or you'll be flipping through, the TV, and you'll hit a TV channel and the game will be being played or something like that, and it kind of takes you back to that moment. But it was a special group of guys. I appreciate that group so much. It'll be great to be able to reunite with those guys whenever we get the rings, whenever that deal is. Not sure on that, but just appreciate it, and then you got to start looking at trying to do it again. I think that's what everybody's goal is at this point, and that's a fun thing to try and do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll wrap with Dennis.
Hi, Matthew. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. You had a great season last season. How would you evaluate yourself from last season in the off season into looking at what you need to improve on going into 2022?
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff. Obviously, the thing that jumps out to you first and foremost, in my opinion, is the turnover number. Just trying to limit that as much as I can while still trying to be really aggressive. I thought we did a great job of pushing the ball down the field, but there were times, where maybe a better decision there would help us, win the game or make it, a bigger margin for us. So I'm always trying to do that. There's a fine line there. And there's plenty of stuff within the offense that I can continue to grow in and get better at. So, that's the fun part about spring is getting to kind of look back at all that kind of stuff and try to, really dive in and figure out where there's little areas here or there where you can get better. And then, the biggest thing is going to be mastering what we're trying to do this next year, because it's going to be a little bit different, I'm sure, than what we did last year. And that's what makes playing this game so much fun, playing this position so much fun is the yearly challenge. It's never the same, whether it's the same group of people or the offense, whatever, there's always tweaks and changes. And, that's the puzzle you got to kind of solve and then try and make it come to life on Sundays.
As a follow-up, now that you've achieved your, a Super Bowl, you won a Super Bowl ring. Do you find yourself being just as hungry now to go after ring number 2?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love playing this game so much. Played it a bunch of years where, early on or midway through the season, it was going to be apparent that I wasn't going to get the opportunity to play for a ring. And I was still, just so excited to get out there on Sunday and try to compete and win. And I carry that same hunger in, to this next season and hopefully for a bunch of years after that.